Stock is a little bit of a problem because we have Ho-Oh. I want to see if he has Rock Slide, and on that Groudon. Obviously, the stock attack has Rock Slide. He can go for a Trick Room play, go for a Tailwind play. There's multiple different things he can do here, and I have a pseudo bad matchup versus things like Groudon. Pseudo. I say pseudo, and it's really dependent on if they have Stone Edge or Rock Slide on the Groudon. I think Ho-Oh is a pretty decent lead against most of these Pokemon, because I could always switch in my Groudon to block an electric attack from the Koko, and I can go for big burns on something like the Yveltal. So I really do think that I'm going to lead the Ho-Oh here, but again, this is the matchup I have very, very little experience in, so I do not know how this is going to go down just yet. I think that he's probably going to be leading Incineroar because my team is all physical Pokemon. I'm using all physical attackers. So there's a couple different ways I can do this. I can go Koko. What if I went like... Actually, what if I try... I'm gonna try this. I'm going to try Koko Dugtrio again. Why Smogon instead of Sucks? I don't think they did. So we got Koko Dugtrio. Oh shit, I got 9 seconds. Oh no. No. This sucks. I don't like this. Why don't I have 9 seconds? Damn, I took my whole timer. Alright, whatever. We brought Koko Dugtrio, and we brought Ho-Oh and Groudon. So not my finest hour. He's gonna be leading Incineroar. So at Koko Dugtrio, and he can't switch with whatever he has, but I think it's gonna be some sort of like Incineroar Yveltal play. If I'm just guessing, it's Incineroar Yveltal, but it could also be some sort of random Stocka play to catch a Ho-Oh. Venusaur Yveltal. He's trying to catch a Groudon. So we got Venusaur. And we got Yveltal. So people have been using like Assault Vest Yveltal really a lot lately. I think there's a couple different things I can do in this situation. I'm scarfed on my Koko BTW. Like, by the way, there's 2 different ways I can deal with this. I think he's going to go for a Tailwind. And one really good thing about this is he can't switch that Venusaur out. That Venusaur is stuck there. So he's either Protect Tailwinding, which is a high possibility, or if he's just going for like a Sludge Bomb or like a Grass Knot or something on a Dugtrio, and that's fine. He can also go Sludge Bomb on a Koko. He can go for Sucker Punches. He's in a decent spot. Like, I really thought he was going to lead something like Groudon, but Groudon isn't as good against Gyarados. Like, he's probably not experienced in the matchup either. Like I said, I'm not experienced in the matchup. There's no way anyone's prepared for me. So we're going to actually take him to, take me down to the Paradise City, where the grass is green and the mons are flinchy. So we're going for Discharge and Rock Slide. We're taking him... He could switch to the Yveltal. That's definitely a switching that can happen. It's going to be a Groudon here. And he's going to probably protect with the Venusaur. Great play from this guy. I absolutely love it if he protects with Venusaur. If he doesn't protect with Venusaur, this is a throw. This is an absolute throw. Love it. I love it. This guy's actually good. So we got Protect, and we've seen the Groudon. Alright. So we will be able to Rock Slide the Groudon. I'd like to be able to at least hit it, because I've fought against Focus Sash Groudon like once, and it's made me very sad. So at least we hit it. That's very good. There's a couple things we do here. We are scarfed on the top of Koko. Now, he doesn't actually know that we're scarfed. He has absolutely no idea. But again, we do not know if that Groudon is packing. We do not know if it's packing Rock Slide. So we're actually going to switch Koko out. And I think I might just Protect with Dugtrio, and then I'm going to switch in my other Pokemon in that slot. So I want to preserve my Slash as much as possible. He can't switch with anything. He's stuck here. The longer I just sit here, the longer he has to just deal with it. So really good play for my opponent so far. We're reviewing our 3rd Pokemon. It's going to be Groudon. We're switching Groudon in over the Ho-Oh. I'm making the executive decision because I really think he's going for a Sludge Bomb. But we'll see. Sludge Bomb. So I wanted to resist that Sludge Bomb. And if Groudon gets poisoned, it's... Again, I'd rather have my Groudon poisoned. So if I chose between the lesser of 2 evils, we see Life Orb. That's really good. Precipice Blades. I know I'm taking that free damage. I know I am. Alright, so we see Orb. So I'd rather take that poison on my Groudon than on something like my Yveltal. Also, this gives me an opportunity to go for like a really big play. That Venusaur could totally Protect, and he could go for a P-Blades. I'm gonna hold him to it. But if he does that, I get a free switch into my Ho-Oh, and I still, like I said, get to preserve my Dugtrio Sash. Dugtrio Sash means Dugtrio counts for 2 turns. Dugtrio works twice. And if we can get this Venusaur off the board, we're going to be in a really good spot. He could totally KO my Groudon. I have absolutely no problem with him just going for a Grass Knot on my Groudon, because I'm bringing in my Ho-Oh. But let's see how he wants to do it. He might go for, like, a double target, and he could miss a P-Blaze. So we're forcing RNG on him. We're forcing him to make the proactive play. He just goes for the KO on my Groudon. Absolutely fine. He takes another tick of Life Orb. I have no problem with that. We're going to bring Dugtrio right back out so we can't switch. We're going to go Protect Tailwind, and then we're going to be after the races. We're going to be in a good spot. So it takes a little bit more chip. Precipice Blades, no thanks. So again, we want him to not be able to switch. He's running out of turns on Sun. He's running out of turns on Sun. So let's see actually how many turns he has left. You can look at my bottom screen, click that Venusaur right there. There are 2 turns of the Harsh Sunlight. So what we're going to be doing here is we are going to be popping a Protect with Dugtrio. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be popping a Protect as well with that Venusaur and going for some sort of like big, I mean, this whole game really just comes on to, do you have, let me just think about this. This is fine. This whole game really just comes down to, do you have a rock attack on your Groudon? That's what the game comes down to. So we'll see it. We'll see if he has it. Grass Knot. Blocked. I could have actually just went for the Sacred Fire there. A little bit scary that he actually risked that. That means he must have it. Otherwise, he'd be like sleep powdering my Ho-Oh. Fire Punch. Blocked, boys. I'll take those. Dugtrio coming in. Humongous. Humongous. And if he protects with his Venusaur, he runs out of Sun. So again, we're just going to switch out. We're going to switch him for Coco here. And we're actually going to go for a Sacred Fire onto the Groudon. I would like to burn that. It'd be very beneficial in me playing the long game that I'm trying to do here. That Venusaur is not as big of an issue as you'd actually think. So Coco switched on here. Coco could switch it on Grass Knot. Absolutely fine. And if we burn the Groudon, he won't be able to KO with Fire Punch, I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping for. He takes a little bit more Life Orb damage. Sacred Fire, making the connections, boosted by the Sun, boosted by Sab, 50% chance to burn, and we do not. Oof! He actually gets the rawest P-Blades I've ever seen in my life. He was guessing Sash Dugtrio? Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, raw play there. Raw play. But it still stands. I don't think he can hit my Ho-Oh very well. He does have a Yveltal, and so I gotta be very wary of my Sacred Fires, so I gotta start using them correctly. He's most likely going to... would he protect here? I mean, let me actually just think about how I want to play this. Like, do I care about that Venusaur? I'm just gonna protect here. And I think I'm going to go for just a Brave Bird. I can't waste my Sacred Fires. I'll take the 30% chance, 30% of my health potential recoil from Brave Bird. And let's see if he's protecting with Venusaur. No, he's not. Take that. Venusaur goes down. We see his first Pokemon down, and we're already down our Coco, and we're down our Groudon, right? So Groudon went down first, Coco went down second, and we see Ho-Oh. And what's he using with Groudon? Survey says Fire Punch. Again, no, I'm not letting you have my Sash. The Sash technically gives me like a third Pokemon. Like I don't think this guy understands the value of the Sash, but I don't know if like you guys as the viewers are taking like the full time to get the full out of it. What's your real team? There is no real team. Like I don't know why that's a question, but like there is no real team. This is the real team right now. We're using one team at a time. So there's a bunch of things we can actually do here. We can go for Rock Slides. Rock Slide's super effective against Yveltal, super good. We can go Rock Slide, go for the Flincher Renos. We could take this guy to the Hackstown once again if we really wanted to. I actually think I am going to do that. So we're going to go Rock Slide, and we're actually going to go for a Sacred Fire. If we can actually burn the Yveltal, we can play a lot longer game and go for the Rooster Renos. So Groudon's protecting. I will take those. I will take those. I'm ignoring you this turn anyways. Rock Slide, can we make the connections that we need? Super effective. I'm not intimidated. I'm not that strong. But that's good damage. It is definitely good damage. So let's see it. Sacred Fire. Making the connections as well. Yo, it's my birthday. I hit with 2 moves. Can we get a burn? Burn. I will take those. 50% chance burn. Yo, and we get the flinch. Yo, RNG's up. I want to see a row. I want to see a row of RNG's up. I cannot believe the amount of luck that just came my way from that turn. The soul-shattering amounts of RNG coming in. All right. So we've seen Venusaur, Yveltal, Groudon. He doesn't have Incineroar. He would have used it right. Incineroar might have come out right there if he had it, right? If he had a Coco, I think Coco would have come out there as well. So that means his last mon must be Stakataka, and that's why he's going so hard into beating this Dugtrio. So, since he's going to continue to go incredibly deep after this Dugtrio, I'm just going to protect. And I'm going to go for another Sacred Fire into the Groudon. Alright. This guy's probably like, bruh! 29 RNG's up, y'all. I'll take him. I'll take him. Z-move! Okay! I think he's just done dealing with my boy Dugtrio. Dugtrio, though, protected, so I wonder if he's going to hit. I wonder what he's going to hit. I actually didn't think he'd be Cigar. I didn't think he'd be Z-move, sorry. I thought he would be something else completely. But let's actually see how much this does to whoever he's hitting. I'd hope that he hits the Ho-Oh, but because Ho-Oh can just eat it like an absolute champion. Ho-Oh is an absolute champion when it comes to eating damage. This is boosted by Dark Aura, boosted by Stab, and Ho-Oh doesn't even care. Ooh, I actually got a couple cool ideas. Get the burn on the Groudon too! Yo! I'll take those P-Plates. Dugtrio. Living forever. Dugtrio's never going to lose that sash. That sash. And so we know the Yveltal doesn't have a berry. I was afraid of the berry right there. Alright, so Groudon will have a berry, though. Groudon definitely does. How do I get around this? I don't want to lose my Dugtrio. I do not, because Stakataka can grind out a Ho-Oh. So I just have to play this correctly. I think I'm going to actually go for a Roost here. Let me think about how I want to do this. Rock Slide would KO the Yveltal, but he'd go for a Sucker Punch. I think he is going to Sucker Punch. We don't know if he's physical or special. That's like the thing. We do not know if he's physical or special. And if I go for a Sucker Punch, his Sucker Punch will fail, and my Groudon, my Dugtrio will still get to live. They're both burned. I think I'm fine. So we're going to go for a Rock Slide, and we're actually going to go for a Roost. Because I still need the amount of health. But hopefully he doesn't take the Dugtrio out this turn. I'm pretty sure he is. But there's not that much I can actually do about it. There's the Sucker Punch. It's going to fail because he Sucker Punched my Ho-Oh because he got greedy. And I'm like, my guys, yo, my champions. Ho-Oh's, Yveltal's down. Spreading up that burn. Man played Pokemon as a kid, returning as an adult. Z moves are so unfamiliar and exciting. I don't think they're exciting. I think they're very bad for the game. I'm not actually using one. I'm not even using one. Fire Punch, dude. He could have went for... Okay, I was going to say, like, I have Recover, not Roost, right? Hold on, wait. I have Recover and not Roost, right? What the hell? Why does it have Roost? Hold on, that's so dumb. Why does that have Roost? Alright, I'm pissed. Why does this keep happening? Alright, the person that made the QR code has made the QR code, like, twice bad, and Ho-Oh needs to have Recover. Is this Arena Trap Dugtrio? Yes, it is. It's definitely an Arena Trap. So we're going to protect with Dugtrio, and we're going to start going for, we're just going to go for a Sacred Fire to chip the Groudon. He's most likely going to go for, a Fake Out, though, onto my Ho-Oh, just because I've played Protect so far. The thing is, though, I can't believe it. Why is it Roost? Why Roost over Cover, but there's no legit reason on it? I know, right? You need Recover. You need Recover. Yeah, Preston's place. He's trying to, like, catch me. Ah. Like, that's so bad. I can't recover here. He'll kill me. That's never lucky, chat. All right, we're going to go EQ, and we're actually going to try and just KO the Groudon right now. Because Incineroar can't grind out a Ho-Oh. I know we're intimidated, but like we'll see. Earthquake's gonna deal decent damage, but we'll see how much damage we actually do deal. That didn't do shit to that Groudon. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's not good at all. Like again, like I'm tilted. I'm tilted because I don't have Recover. If I had Recover, I'd play the longest, most methodical, patient game. But as it stands, yeah, it's -1. Oh yeah, I know I'm -1. I know that I'm -1, but like, that doesn't change the fact that, like, I don't like it. Who you Flare Blitzing? Probably the Dugtrio, right? Yeah. Yeah, the Groudon. The Groudon's burned. He's burned. I don't want to eat, like, a crit. Like, I don't want to put myself in the damage. Like, I'm talking about taking super effective damage versus not taking damage at all. Like, that's what I'm looking at here. But if I take out the Groudon, I win the game. So we're just going to go for a Brave Bird into the Groudon. And then we just recover out the Incineroar, get into a decent spot to where Incineroar can't really do that much to Ho-Oh, and then we'll just Brave Bird him out as very slowly. Very slowly we'll Brave Bird him out. And also note that my Ho-Oh has more points in it has more points in speed than a common Groudon. So very, very good. Very, very good here. And again, he'd go for like knockoffs or whatever. Snarl, dude. I guess Snarl's not that bad. But Ho-Oh's extra thick. So we're gonna go for one more Le Roost. Roosterino, mi amigo. And there we go. And we should be able to wrap this one up. We took a lot more time than he did. We took a lot more time. There's the Roost. He can't really punish. Ho-Oh's so thick, guys. Ho-Oh's like the thickest Pokemon in the world. There's another Snarl. Like, he can't break us. Even if he has berries, even if he has literally everything. I mean, I can't burn him, but like this scenario is a good one for a Ho-Oh user. Only way I lose is if I get timed. And I have 2 minutes, and it's not the same timer as Let's Go. So we're going to do probably 15, 20%. I'd really love to keep him like 26% so we can't proc a berry. Damn, that's right within berry range. Yeah, unlucky. Never lucky, chat. But you could only do that once! He can't get it back, and he goes for another Snarl. Let's see if I need to use a Roost here. Nope, do not. Not yet. Actually just figured out his kit, yeah. I don't think he has, he has a Fake Out, Snarl, that's a forfeit. We take us all the way to the bank. Take us all the way to the bank, and we're going to go into the review. We're going to go into the review and look at it right now. We have another game coming up here. It was the game we just played. We got up against Venusaur, Yveltal, Groudon, and Incineroar. Alex in chat said they usually go like Ven and Groudon. I think Ven and Groudon would have been very good, especially against my lead. We got caught a little bit on the back foot, but if we remember, his full team was Venusaur, Yveltal, Groudon, and Incineroar with the potential for Koko and Staka. Very, very good team. Koko Groudon is one of the best cores right now. Let me read this comment. Hey, do you think Ivy and Eevee make a huge difference in competitive play? Yes. Ivy's, you gotta be max, but like, Eevees make complete difference. My Pokemon are not 252 randos. They're completely, all their Ivies and, all their Eevees are all over the place for every sort of specific things. I know you've said in Let's Go that movesets are important. I'm thinking investing in a 2DS and Ultra Moon. I just want to know what I would be getting myself into. Well, maybe just watch some of my games. Maybe go watch some of the YouTube and see if it's actually something you're interested in, because I actually talk a lot about it, and it's definitely a little bit harder. But what is up? That's not much. Not much. We're just playing some games. So I'm going to start this over. His team is Venusaur, Yveltal, Groudon, and Incineroar. His other Pokemon were potentially Koko and Stakataka. And like Alex was saying in chat, Alex, very good VGC player. You know, you can definitely check out a bunch of his stuff. He's on YouTube. Like if you type like Alex Blossom, I'm sure it'll come up on YouTube. But yeah, he actually recommended like a lot of these times these guys go Groudon and Venusaur. And I should have picked up on that. And I actually got caught with my foot down, and I wasn't really paying attention. In the team preview, I didn't have that much time to select, so I defaulted to Koko Dugtrio, which is what this team is supposed to do. And Koko Dugtrio would have been very, very bad against Groudon Venusaurs, so I got a little bit lucky right at the start, and we actually really pinned the Yveltal, and he went for a very, very good turn 1 play. Remember, my team, if you forgot, is Koko Dugtrio, Ho-Oh, Groudon with Gyarados and Serena. So I haven't brought the Serena yet, and I didn't bring Gyarados to this game. I probably should have brought Gyarados to this game. But we're going to hop right into this one, and we're going to talk about what I actually did that was good in this game, what I did that was bad. Like my lead was very, very bad. If you look at the first 2 or 3 turns of this game, I played very sloppily. Because like I said, I'm very unexperienced in this matchup versus like Groudon Yveltal. Because it has 3 or 4 different modes it can go. It can go with like a Trick Room mode with the Stakataka. It can go Tail Whip mode with the Yveltal. And in this game, he opted to go for, you know, mysterious option number 3, which is I'm a bait and switch you. He totally gave me the bait and switch, and he played perfect on the first turn. Love the immaculate play from this guy. He reads the Yveltal to bait me into going Koko. Right, and I'm like, I'm gonna hit that thing, like, which is exactly what I did. I tried to hit it, he switches in Groudon, and not only does Groudon's ground typing make it so my Koko just whiffs this turn, it makes it so it activates Venusaur's Chlorophyll. And for those who don't know what Chlorophyll does, Chlorophyll is an ability that Venusaur has, it's its hidden ability, that doubles its speed stat while in the sun. So he protects, again, very, very smart, because I'm going for Discharge. Like a Para would make that Pokemon absolutely useless. So it's going to make it so Venusaur gets a ×2 speed boost, and if you look at my board and his board, Venusaur has super effective moves against Koko. Venusaur has super effective moves against Dugtrio. I am incredibly, incredibly behind. We also have all our Pokemon. I technically have a life lead because I chipped that Groudon with a Rock Slide, but I've revealed so many of my cards. You know, I've shown my Koko. Yo, Positive VJ coming in, rating party is 6. Brought you some more viewers. Hopefully things are going well. They're going flawless, my guy. So at this point, what we have to do is we have to incredibly protect the Dugtrio. We have to protect Dugtrio. And note that I switch in Groudon here. Groudon gets poisoned, and I talked about this in the game. I'd much rather have Groudon get poisoned than Ho-Oh because Ho-Oh is my win condition. Lesser of 2 evils. If something bad has to happen, you gotta try your best as a VGC player to mitigate that damage as much as possible. So I knew he's going for a P-Blades, but I did not want my Ho-Oh poisoned. Like, I gauged Groudon getting poisoned and eating a P-Blades over my Ho-Oh just getting like 30% chance for poisoned, and I risk rewarded it and said Ho-Oh was more important, and there's no way that he's going for a Sludge Bomb on a Dugtrio slot. If anything, he's going for like a Grass Knot on it. So he actually decides to go take the proactive play. No reads. He's just like, I'm just going to get your Groudon out of here, which is definitely the correct play. And again, I'm expecting a P-Blades of some sort, and so it goes for the P-Blades. Ho-Oh's safe, but I am a Pokemon down, and I am incredibly behind. I'm down my Uber. You only get 2, right? You only get 2. So how do I bring this back? Like, I really just think I have to play the Protect the Dugtrio comp. I have to preserve my Focus Sash as much as possible, and this is the turn that turns the game around for me. He goes for a Grass Knot. I go for a Tailwind. I was expecting him to go Protect Venusaur, expecting me to go for a Protect Bait. I expected him to expect me to expect him to know what to do, and we kind of like galaxy brained each other. But I'll take a free Tailwind because it now makes it so my Ho-Oh just gets to outspeed everything, my Dugtrio just gets to outspeed everything. I take this turn, again, I'm playing the Protect the Dugtrio comp because I really do think there's a Staka in the back at this point. He goes for a Grass Knot, he really is tunneling that Dugtrio, and I also just like, he might just protect again this turn because remember, I had Dugtrio out and he couldn't switch with Dugtrio, so I get to go for a Sacred Fire into the Groudon. I'm hoping for a burn, which I don't get. If I did get the burn, there was a % chance that like I would have been able to live this, but I also expect him to go for a Fire Punch. He went for a little bit more risk, a little bit more reward, and went for that. I think he kind of read my switch in, so good on him. If I did get the burn on the Fire Punch, I think Dugtrio could have lived, but oh well. And anyway, so I can bring Dugtrio out. I'm down another Pokemon. How do we come back from the situation? You gotta stick to your guns, and you just gotta be like, alright, I can take out that Venusaur. Like, his sun's gone, I have a Tailwind up, Ho-Oh is the fastest thing on the board. I still gotta protect the Dugtrio, because I can't just lose it to a rando Fire Punch or rando P-Blades. We know for a fact he does not have a Rock attack on that Groudon, otherwise he would use it a bunch of times, so as far as Ho-Oh is concerned, Groudon's nothing. And the thing that kind of sucks is here, it's around this time I kind of realized that my Ho-Oh has Roost over Recover, and the bad thing about that is Roost makes you lose your Flying typing, which means you can eat Precipice Blades, versus Recover doesn't make you lose anything. So, again, I really gotta talk to the person who made this QR team and get Recover on the Ho-Oh. So he brings out the Yveltal, and this time my Protect's on cooldown, I might as well try to attack. He goes for a Protect with Groudon. He's starting to get a little bit scared. And drop out for a bit, man? Dude, no problem. Catch you in the Discord. So, we go for the rawest play here. We're going for a Rock Slide. Remember, AoE attack, 30% chance to flinch, and that's why we used it. We didn't just use it because it's super effective. Actually, I could have procced a Weakness Policy. That would have sucked. But we also get the 50% chance burn from Sacred Fire. It's one of the best moves in the game. 95 accuracy, but 50% chance to burn. That's why we used it. I mean, in this game, it looks like a 100% chance. But 50% chance, again, we go for Protect the Dugtrio once again. I gotta preserve it as much as possible. I can't just let him have it. He's going for the Z move here. And again, we don't know if he's physical or special, right? I'm pretty sure he's mixed. I'm pretty sure he has, like, Dark Pulse, like, maybe Oblivion Wing, and then, like, maybe just has Sucker Punch or something like that. But he goes for a Black Hole Eclipse. It's boosted off of some Dark attack. It could be Sucker Punch, it could be Dark Pulse, but this is also boosted by Stab and his Dark Aura. So it's really, really strong, but, like, Ho-Oh's thick, guys. Extra thick. It's not even proccing our berry. I kind of wish it did. But Groudon takes it. Groudon gets burned. I take those all the way to the bank. And now that we get the burn on the Groudon and the Yveltal, I am able to play the longest game and just win the game to the best of my ability. We got Forte stolen. Yo, my guy coming in hot. We got 351 bits. You are currently, for the week, coming in at 6th place for the week, my guy. Thank you so much for the support. I would call you your real name, but like, we gotta use fake internet names here. But thank you, my guy. You know I appreciate it. As always, I need the support. And so we go for another Rock Slide here. Remember, we're gonna be able to KO the Yveltal. I think he went that turn. That was the turn he went for the Sucker Punch, but he targeted my Ho-Oh. And I'm like, nah, man. Like, you should have targeted my boy Dugtrio, but it still wouldn't have worked because Dugtrio's pretty fast. And we get the value Roost off. And at this point, he goes for a Fire Punch into Ho-Oh. I think he thought I was going to go Protect because I conditioned him into doing that over the course of the whole game. Like, we've conditioned him into being like, hey, man, you know what I do with my Dugtrio? I protect, because that's what Dugtrios do. They protect. They stick on the board as long as possible. So we get intimidated here. It's kind of lame. And right here, right? Yo, I told you I'd come through. Got you, fam. My guy, I need it, my guy. This is my full-time gig. This is my full-time job. Streaming is where I am. So appreciate you coming in through the late night stream. We don't normally stream this late, but I appreciate it. So he goes for the fake out there. Goes for a P-Blades. Dugtrio is obviously protecting. But at this point, like, I really do think I really would like Recover. It almost tilted me. Like, I almost was like, oh shit, I'm gonna lose. But just stuck to my guns, I was like, alright, if I get the Groudon out, there's no way that an Incineroar can actually beat Ho-Oh. And that's one of the strengths of Ho-Oh. If we look at what's common in the meta right now, like Incineroar teams, Kartana teams, Groudon teams, they are not prepared for my boy Ho-Oh. This is such a good restrictive mon, and people just absolutely sleep on it. So Groudon takes that damage, goes for another P-Blades. Are we ever going to let Dugtrio get hit? I think Dugtrio gets hit this turn. Right, I think Dugtrio might be going down this turn. I think he combo plates it like Flare Blitz plus the P-Blades into Dugtrio. So Dugtrio is going to finally go down. Dugtrio's going to finally go down. That Pokemon made so many plays. We kept his Pokemon on the board, Arena trapped him up. Dugtrio almost MVP. We also got the value flinch on the Yveltal. Like, I'll take that. Dugtrio came in humongous, and then, like I said, all we have to do is take out the Groudon. Note the Groudon and Ho-Oh, like I said in the actual game, have the same base speed tiering, but my Ho-Oh has a decent amount of investment in speed to outspeed other Groudons on purpose, so we don't ever have to risk it for the biscuit. We know we can take those things out. There's no percent chance really for speed tie because we have so much investment. And at this point, he's just going for Snarls, but I think it's absolutely fine. We're just gonna be able to grind him out. We pop a Roost, and you know we're gonna rinse him up. But I'm curious, what do you guys think about Ho-Oh? What do you guys think about Ho-Oh? I think Ho-Oh is absolutely amazing if it has the correct moveset. It's so good at walling all the common mons, and like Ho-Oh is really good against like Kokos and Kyogres too. You just gotta use it. You just gotta use it correctly. You just gotta use it correctly. And when played to its fullest potential, this Pokemon is amazing. I wouldn't say, like, aesthetically it's one of my favorite restricted mons, but, like, I respect Ho-Oh, and, like, I know Ho-Oh is just a complete blast to use. It's such a bulky playstyle. And also, it's, like, it's a bit of a high roll Pokemon, because if you get those Sacred Fire burns, you're after the raise, you're going to wall everyone. You put most of your points in special defense, Sacred Fire is going to make it so you cut their physical attack, and you just become, like, the bulkiest Pokemon in the world.